Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear girls of class 12, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. How are you, my dear cadets? I hope you all are fine at your respective homes. I welcome you all to my online class today. My dear cadets, you know very well, due to Corona, you cannot attend your regular classes. So, this online class will be helpful to you for continuing your lesson. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Muhammad Moinuddin Khan, Assistant Professor Botany, Department of Biology. In previous class, we have discussed about tissue, menstruative tissue, different types of menstruative tissue, permanent tissue, and their functions. Now, our today's topic is tissue system. Chapter 8, tissue and tissue system, subtopics, epidermal tissue system, granular tissue system, vascular tissue system, stomata, and hydathoid, different types of vascular bundle. Learning outcome. At the end of this class, you should be able to learn to describe the epidermal tissue and their functions, to describe the granular tissue and their functions, describe the vascular tissue or vascular bundle and their functions, structure and function of stomata, structure and function of hydathoid. Now, some important keywords in this lesson: tissue system, vascular tissue, granular tissue, stomata, hydathoid, epiblema, pericycle, periderm, endodermis, xylem, phloem, etc. Introduction of tissue system. Unicellular organisms perform all the vital activities in the single cell. Multicellular organisms of lower groups of also show little division of labor, and all the cells of the body perform their similar function. But the body structure of higher groups of plants is very complex and complicated. In this complex body, different physiological activities are performed efficiently by different parts. For this reason, at first, there occurs division of labor and special group of cells form the tissue. Like other organisms, plant cells are grouped together into various tissues. These tissues can be simple, consisting of a single cell type, or complex, consisting of more than one cell type. Now, definition of tissue system. At first, what is tissue? My dear guys, we have already discussed about tissue in previous class. Yes, a group of cells originating from the same source and performing a similar vital function is known as tissue. Now, what is tissue system? One or more types of tissue situated in a particular region when functions together as a unit. This combination of functional unit is known as the tissue system. A group of tissue performing similar functions and get together to form a tissue system. The matured body of any higher plants consists of different tissue system. Now, my dear cadets, type of tissue system and their description. On the basis of location and functions, such as sketched in 1875, classified all the plant tissue systems into three types. They are: one, epidermal tissue system. It is consists of the epidermis and the periderm. Number two, vascular tissue system. It is consists of xylem and phloem. And lastly, number three, ground system. All other tissue except epidermal and vascular tissue comprises the ground tissue system. Now, my dear cadets, epidermal tissue system. Outer covering or skin of all parts like root, stem, leaf, flower, seed, etc. of plant consists of epidermal tissue system. Structurally, these are parenchymal tissue. The skin of stem, leaf, and flowers is called epidermis, and the skin of roots, is called epiblema. The periderm, also called bark, replaces the epidermis in the plants that undergo secondary growth. All epidermal tissues are originated from primary apical tissue. Now, structure of epidermal tissue. Epi means upper, it means outer, and derma means skin or membrane. The epidermal tissue system consists mainly of a single layer compactly arranged parenchyma cells called epidermis. The outer wall of the epidermis are often thickened and cutinized. The cutinous layer checked transpiration. The outermost layer of the roots is called epiblema. It has no cuticle layer. It is originated from apical primary mesotic tissue. Now, function of epidermal tissue. The epidermal tissue systems has a variety of function. Number one, the epidermal tissue is the chief defensive structure of plant. It protects the inner tissue from the invade of heat, cool, and pathogens. Number two, the epidermal cuticle with suberin or cutin reduce transpiration rate and thus helps the plant in retain water. Number three, epidermal cells sometimes with chloroplast help in photosynthesis. Number four, it helps in gaseous exchange due to presence of stomata. And lastly, number five, epidermal root hair help in absorption of water and minerals. And other function of epidermal tissue. Number six, trichomes help in protection of parts and help in retention or moisture on the plant body. Number seven, glandular hairs helps in secretion of substance used for protection of plants and digestion as in insectivorous plants. The bulliform cells help in inrolling and unrolling of leaves and thus reduce transpiration. The epidermis also stores water and metabolic products. Epidermal hairs on sheaths help in dispersal. Now, some epidermal outgrowth. My dear cadets, sometimes outgrowths of different shape and size are developed from epidermis. They are as follow. Number one, glandular hair. It is always multicellular. It has two parts, stalk and head. Sticky substances are found in it. Example, Purnanova plants. Number two, stem hair. Stem hair may be unicellular or multicellular, branched or unbranched. Multicellular hair may be one or several layers of cells. Branched hair can be dendritic, it means tree-like, tuft, or stellate, or it means star-shaped. Collaterals. These are glandular epidermal structure consist of multicellular stalk and rounded head. Lastly, root hair. Root hair are lateral extensions of a single cell and only rarely branched. Now, I look at some epidermal outgrowth. Collaterals, hair, these hairs, water, bladder, root hair, etc. Epidermal outgrowth. Scales. These are plate or shield-shaped cluster of cell attached directly to the surface or grown on a stalk of some kind. Water sac. These are sac-like epidermal cells filled with watery substance. There are some opening epidermal tissues. These are known as epidermal opening. They are of two types. One is stomata and another is hydatoid. First is stomata. The opening or pore in the epidermis of leaves or young stem surrounded by ground cell is known as stomata. Mostly, it is found in leaves. It is surrounded by two ground guard cell, there is an opening. The cell wall of the guard cells are not uniformly thickened. Comparatively, near of opening wall is more thicker than the other sides. There is an air chamber below the stomata. The opening and closing of stomata is regulated by guard cell. My dear cadets, this is the figure of stomata. This is opening stomata and this is closing stomata. Now, functions of stomata. It is responsible for gaseous exchange during photosynthesis and respiration. Number two, surplus water gets rid of throughout the stomata. The process of excess water loss in the form of vapor is known as transpiration. Now, my dear cadets, hydathoid. In the leaf margin of some plants, there are some water releasing cells which are called hydathoid. In the summer morning, water droplets are found at the margin of the leaves of tomato, colocasia, and grasses. These water droplets are coming from hydathoid of the leaf. It is not dew as found in the winter. Under the hydathoid, there is a cavity surrounded by a guard cell. Below this cavity, there are some parenchyma cells known as epitheme. Through this epitheme, water molecules deposit on the opening as a droplet. This process of water releasing is called guttation. Now, vascular tissue system. Vascular tissue system comprises with xylem and phloem tissue. Xylem and phloem of complex tissue together form vascular bundles. This tissue system, which consists of vascular bundles, is known as vascular tissue system or the tissue which helps in conducting the water, mineral salts, and prepared food in plants body is known as vascular tissue system. The development of xylem toward the center, as for example, from periphery to the center is called exarch, and if it is from the center toward the periphery, then it is called induct xylem. Function of vascular tissue system. Xylem tissue transports water and minerals from the root to the leaves, stem, and phloem tissue transports prepared food from the leaves to other living parts of the plants. So the the xylem and phloem are known as vascular tissue of plants. On the basis of relative position of xylem and phloem, vascular bundles are classified into three types. One is conjoint, concentric, and radial. I repeat, conjoint, concentric, and radial. Now, conjoint vascular bundles. When xylem and phloem combine into one bundle, it means xylem and phloem lie on the same radius is known as conjoint vascular bundles. This is again divided into two types, collateral and bicollateral. At first, collateral. When the xylem and phloem lie together on the same radius, xylem being towards pith and the phloem towards periphery is called collateral vascular bundle. It is again divided into two types. One is open and the other is closed. My dear cadets, now open. When in a collateral vascular bundles, the cambium is present in between xylem and phloem as the stem of dicotyledonous, I repeat, dicotyledonous plants is called open vascular bundle. Now, closed vascular bundle. When the cambium is absent, it is said to be closed as in the stem of monocotyledonous plants and leaves of dicot and monocot both. Types of vascular bundle. Now, bicollateral vascular bundle. when the xylem in the middle and the two patches of phloem on at the outside towards periphery and other one at the inner side, it means center, is called bicollateral vascular bundles. In this set, in this case, in both sides of the xylem, the two paths of cambium are present as in gourd and pumpkin stem. It is always open. Now, concentric vascular bundle. When one type of vascular bundle is surrounded by the other is called concentric vascular bundle. It is of two types. One is hydrocentric and the other is electrocentric. At first, hydrocentric. When xylem is surrounded by phloem, as in Teres, Lycodium, etc., is called hydrocentric vascular bundle. Now, electrocentric vascular bundle. When phloem is surrounded by xylem, as in Dracaena yucca plants, is called electrocentric vascular xylem. And phloem tissue. Both the concentric vascular bundles are always closed because there is no cambium in between. This type of vascular bundle, different types of vascular bundle, collateral, bicollateral, hydrocentric, electrocentric, and radial. Now, radial vascular bundle. When the xylem and phloem from separate bundles and lie on separate radius already with each other is called radial vascular bundle. This type of vascular bundles are found in root. Dear cadets, these are different types of vascular bundle. Now, ground tissue system. Most of the plant body comprises of the ground tissue system. It included the tissue of a plant other than the epidermal tissues and vascular tissues. These are the permanent tissue of the plant body. All parts of ground tissues derived from the ground meristem. I repeat, all parts of ground tissue derived from the ground meristem. Components of ground tissue system. Ground tissue system consisting primarily of parenchyma in most cases and of collenchyma or sclerenchyma. There are three types of ground tissue: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now, parenchyma. Parenchyma tissue, the most abundant ground tissue, consists of thin-walled, metabolically active cells that carry out a variety of functions in the plant, including photosynthesis and storage. Now, collenchyma tissue. Collenchyma tissue is composed of narrow, elongated cells with thick primary walls. Collenchyma cells provide structural support to the growing plant body, particularly shoots, and their thickened walls are non-lignified. Now, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma tissue is consists of two types of cells, sclerite and fibers. Both have thick secondary walls and are frequently dead at maturity. The main function of sclerenchyma is to provide mechanical support, particularly to parts of the plant that are no longer elongating. Now, ground tissue system in stem and root. In the stem and root of higher plants, ground tissue disperse from epidermis to the center. In the root and stem, the ground tissue becomes differentiated into various regions. In a typical condition, following region can be recognized in the ground tissue, my dear cadets. Now, hypodermis. Hypodermis is a region that is found immediately below the epidermis in the stem. It is made up of a few layers of either parenchyma cells or sclerenchyma cells. Function. Hypodermis is meant for providing additional protection and mechanical support. Now, cortex. Cortex is a major component of the ground tissue represented by many layers of loosely arranged parenchymal cells. Different types of secretory tissue, storage cells, fiber, slide are also seen. Interstellar space are prominent. Now, function of cortex. Cortex represents the major storage region in the plant body. My dear cadets, now it's time for endodermis. Endodermis is the innermost layer of cortex represented by a single layer of compactly arranged barrel-shaped parenchymal cells. It surrounded the central vascular system or stele. Interstitial space are absent. Early in root development, a narrow band composed of the waxy substance suberin is formed in the cell wall. Circumflex is endodermal cells. The suberin, it means the suberin deposits called Casparian strips form a barrier in the endodermal walls to the interstitial movement of water, ions, and other water-soluble solutes to the vascular cells. Function of endodermis. In the stem, it is meant for storage. In the root, it plays an important role in the movement of absorbed water. Now, my dear cadets, it is pericycle. Pericycle is a region that lies immediately below the endodermis and is the outermost part of the stele of plants. Pericycle present in the roots of all plants and stem of dicot plants. Function of pericycle. The internal or little roots always arise from the pericycle. In dicot stem, the pericycle strengthens the stem and provides protection for the vascular bundle. In dicot roots, the vascular cambium is completely secondary in origin and it originates from a portion of pericycle tissue. Now, pith or medulla. The pith or medulla is an intercellular or interstitial ground tissue occupies the central region of stem or root. It is formed by loosely arranged parenchymal cells with prominent interstitial space. In monocots roots, pith is not distinguishable, but in root, pith is usually parenchymatous and sclerenchymatous in nature. In dicot plant root, pith is usually absent or usually absent. Function of pith. The function of the pith is in plant to store and transport nutrients throughout the plant. It is also serves as a supporting column. Now, medullary ray. The vascular bundles of the dicot stem are separated from each other by radial rows of parenchymatous cells which arise from the central pith and extend up to pericycle. These radial rows of parenchymatous cells are known as medullary. They are composed of cells which are usually elongated in radial direction. Now, function of medullary function. The function of pith rays is to connect the cortex to the living cells so that all the vital activities are properly coordinated. Now, my dear cadets, it's time for homeworks. This is the CQ question. Plant tissue divided simple and B. Simple tissue divided into three, parenchyma C and parenchyma. Now question one, another question. What is tissue system? Understand the question. What do you mean by gatition? Number three, application question. Explain the characteristics of C. Mention the stem. And higher order question. B. Which mention in the stem is most important for plant life? Analyze. My dear cadets, please solve this CQ question and submit next Saturday to by email or this uh, website. At last, okay, my dear cadets, for attending my online class. If you have any question and query on my class, you can clarify it having an online session with me at the period of your scheduled class. Thank you for patient hearing and viewing. At last, stay on home because we are passing critical and crucial moments. Take healthy food, take necessary rest, take fresh drinking water, wash your hands frequently. Please don't go outside here and there. I repeat, please don't go outside here and there. And please take care of your parents. Pray to Almighty Allah 5 times so that we all are overcome this crucial situation. May Almighty Allah bless us all. Thank you once again. Your next class is plant reproduction.